F1 drivers 2019 confirmed. Where's Fernando Alonso going? Full list of contracts. F1 drivers for Mercedes in 2019. Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas. Lewis Hamilton, we were told at the beginning of the year, would be signing a contract before the first race of the season. The Australian Grand Prix came and went, and Hamilton's deal continued to run down. The rumors were mere whispers to begin with, but as time elapsed and the four-time world champion continued with no deal in place for 2019, they grew louder. Disagreements over money, they said. Hamilton has always dreamed of driving a Ferrari, they said. But finally in June Mercedes announced a 2-year extension with a reported £30 million and another £10 million available each year in performance-based incentives, and Valtteri Bottas' new deal followed, albeit just another 12-month deal, as Mercedes ended the speculation, until 2020 at least. F1 drivers for Ferrari in 2019, Sebastian Vettel. Vacant. Sebastian Vettel does not, it would seem, like being challenged by his own teammate, and in that sense, Kimi Räikkönen has been the perfect foil. While the impenetrable Finn would rather be going for top spot, he appears to have accepted that the German's superiority means he will more often get the preferential strategy and treatment. It works for Ferrari and for their drivers, but Charles Leclerc, part of the Ferrari Young Driver program, has impressed on loan at Sauber and had been eyed to move up to the senior team after just 1 year of F1 driving. But reports this weekend claim that Räikkönen will get a new 2-year deal in the coming days because Vettel believes Leclerc is too young and too inexperienced. F1 drivers for Red Bull in 2019, Max Verstappen. Vacant. Daniel Ricciardo, like Hamilton, waited and waited and waited. But unlike Hamilton, he would not stay put. If you listen to Red Bull boss Christian Horner, Max Verstappen's own role in the team and according to others his contract, which the team would reportedly not match for Ricciardo, were the main reasons why. Horner said, "It's a great shame that he has chosen to leave the team. He feels Renault are in the ascendancy. I can't help but feel he wants to be a leading role, perhaps in a smaller environment. Now Red Bull must replace him." Express Sport understands Pierre Gasly, who is currently at sister team Toro Rosso, is in pole position, although Carlos Sainz will not have a drive at Renault, where he has been on loan from the Red Bull organization, and could also figure in the decision. F1 drivers for Renault in 2019, Nico Hülkenberg, Daniel Ricciardo. Ricciardo's dramatic move displaces Sainz and will give Nico Hülkenberg another stiff challenge, although the German has been smashing his teammates so far this year. The Australian clearly thinks the works team are ready to step up to the top table of F1, and if so, there are not many stronger driver lineups out there. F1 drivers for McLaren in 2019, both seats vacant. Fernando Alonso has a knack for picking a team just as their car's pace disappears, and his return to McLaren has been nothing short of disastrous. The two-time world champion thought he had solved the problem when he convinced McLaren to ditch Honda and switch to Renault power, but results have scarcely improved. With few opportunities available to him in F1's top teams, it is possible he will head to the US and take an IndyCar seat as part of his campaign to win Indy 500 and complete the Triple Crown. If that happens, Stoffel Vandoorne will likely hang on to his under-pressure drive, and McLaren are rumored to be eyeing Carlos Sainz as their scoop for 2019. If Alonso stays, it will likely be Vandoorne who misses out. F1 drivers for Force India in 2019, both seats vacant. The team might not have made the grid next year, were it not for Lawrence Stroll, the Canadian billionaire who has bought the team out. His son, Lance, drives for Williams and is expected to make the switch to Force India for next season. That would leave either Mercedes' Loni Esteban Ocon or Sergio Perez out of a drive. Perez is winning their battle, but Ocon's parent team may help him win the war. F1 drivers for Haas in 2019, both seats vacant. Neither Romain Grosjean nor Kevin Magnussen has had the perfect season, but team boss Günther Steiner has been extremely supportive of both drivers and change looks unlikely. If either is dropped, Leclerc is a possible replacement through the team's Ferrari link, while Perez may also be seeking alternative employment. F1 drivers for Sauber in 2019, both seats vacant next year. F1 might be different. Some tracks might be different, some drivers might move, but Marcus Ericsson will still be driving for Sauber. The well-backed Swedish driver has just 14 points in his 4.5 years with the team, but helps them with the bottom line and is a safe pair of hands. Alongside him, Sauber will be hoping Ferrari decide the impressive Leclerc needs another year of apprenticeship, because replacing him would be close to impossible for the Swiss team. F1 drivers for Williams in 2019, Sergei Sirotkin, vacant. It's hard to imagine how this season could have gone worse for Williams. They reached a summer break with just 4 points, all accumulated by Stroll in one race, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku. Sergei Sirotkin's backers, and his not inconsiderable pace in a dreadful car, earned him what was called by the team a multi-year contract when he signed for 2018, so he will be back. Stroll meanwhile looks set to follow his father to Force India, meaning Williams could either hold another seat race or give F1 fans what they want and promote reserve driver Robert Kubica.